Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Awesome singing. That was angelic. It was great. So thank you for being a part of this service. So we have been going through a series this month, and Cindy did the first 3 lessons, and they were awesome, and I would encourage you to go on YouTube and look at them. The more you look at them, the more you get from them. It's just a blessing for that. And what we're doing in this series is we are shifting our perspective of who we are and maybe what life is. And it's a process of beginning to see the truth of our being, that we are spirit. And it allows us to have a different perspective of ourselves and the world. And it's a series on Christing. Okay? So Cindy started us out with following the Christ. Following the Christ. Begin to acknowledge the inner voice that's guiding us all. Listening to it and begin to follow. Follow that inner guidance. Follow our intuition. Then she took us to standing in the universal Christ. That energy, the universal Christ that surrounds us all, that's the energy that we live and move and have our being in. So once we just acknowledge that energy, what it does, we can appropriate it and it just quickens our core. So now we're coming into harmony with that universal Christ energy. It's kind of a very neat choice we can make. And last week she talked about ought and not. Ought, God, eternal, not creation, will pass away. Wow. So to begin to look at what is really important to us, what is essential for us, the present, this is what we got, or the past, or maybe the future, do you see? We create in the moment to become aware of that. Ought is God's eternal, not passes away. And so what we begin to look at, well, what is essential to our soul? And maybe we could look at that and let it go. Let it go. It's only as real as we make it the moment it was real. And to begin to look at life like that, that's what allows us to flow through life. What is real? God is real. God is eternal. We lose ourselves too often in our creations, what we've created. We hang on to them. And can we receive? No. We got to let them go so we can flow. Today I'm going to discuss my body is light. Can you see the progression? Begin to understand, feel, be, and now my body is light. I want everybody to say that out loud. My body is light. Now I want you to say, I know that. I know that. See, we all know that, don't we? Now we got to allow it to translate into our manifestation. You see, to be the light, to live the light. But it's really important for us to claim it. I know that. I know I'm the light. When Jesus was on the Mount of Transfiguration with Moses and Elijah, you know, a lot of times there's pictures, but the light wasn't showering down over them. The light was radiating from them, through them. And that's what our walk is, to allow that light that's within us to begin to grow, expand, and then flow through us. And so I think the premise that we could say is don't look for the light in the outer. Be the light from the inner, you say. Be the light from the inner. That's who we all are. You know that divine dip, you know, we're going through a series on that, so I don't know if I've heard that before. You know, like sometimes we hear whatever, say, you don't have to fight for your rights. What? You know, it's like, according to our human nature, excuse me, but God is with us always, and God is flowing through each of our experiences. And we look with the eyes of God, we can see and accept what's being presented to us that we can look at and maybe grow from and learn and free ourselves from, or we can grab a hold of it and grapple it, wrestle with it, wrestle with our angel until we break our hip and then we don't have any forward motion. No, we want to keep moving and flowing. So if we can understand that aspect, it's all flow. That universal consciousness of the Christ in which we live and move and have our being in. That's the perspective we're shifting into. That's the Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness. That's not blasphemy for us to think that or want to even go there. That's our destiny. We are the sons and daughters of God. Jesus, Son of God, Christ. These things I do, you shall do these. You see? So the natural progression there, 2,000 years later. So as we shift and change, we changed our molecules, and we changed the molecules around us. Now this is really neat, and it's very interesting, and it's very freeing, because we're energy. Everything's energy. We create with thought in this dimension. So as we can shift our thought and see ourselves differently, we're going to shift the molecules within our body, i.e. our instrument, so now we can begin to transmit that light, I am, out into our world. That's what transformation is all about. Like when we come here, a word that we could use is spiritualization of matter. To spiritualize matter. Raise it to a higher frequency. A flowing frequency. And things flow to us, we receive them, we can experience them, we can enjoy them, and then just letting them flow. When we can begin to move into that space of oneness with God our Father, to know that we don't have to fight, that as we ask in that consciousness, we'll receive our perfect gift, enlightenment, whatever. Accept it, grow from it, through it, to be it, and then moving on again. And then moving on again. You know, in Metaphysics of Christmas, which Cindy wrote, we do once a year on Christmas Day, see, Spirit descended into matter to learn the art of co-creation with the Father. But then we attach to our creations. You see? We attach them. Well, this is me. That's not. You see? This is God, ought. And so that's when we fought with each other. Hey, that's mine. You can't have that. Ooh, this is my space. Get out of here. Hey, you, get off of my cloud. I think this is powerful. And Spirit was talking with me. And so I think this is very neat. Jesus revealed what light could look like in human form. See, when we look at light, we want to see that, and we see these rays and stuff like that. Well, that's just our perception, and that's our will, maybe? My will, my way. So to think that Jesus revealed what light could look like in human form. And I think it's powerful because on and on and on, it's like, even at the end of his walk, his steps go, Jesus, show us the Father. He goes, man, you have been walking with me for 3 years, and you can't see the Father? See, what he was doing, teaching the people, healing the people, raising the dead, blind, all this good stuff, through his raised vibration, his raised molecules, he went out and raised the molecules in people to their natural state of wholeness, completeness, and perfection. And we can do this too. Like Jesus said, and these things I do, you can do these too. He allowed his body to be an instrument for the expression of divine light. Do you think we could allow our body to be an expression for the divine light? Yes. Yeah. We too can allow it. But first, recognizing, I know that. My body is light. I know that. Recognize it. Begin that shift, that transformation. Then in our walk, we allow that energy to radiate, to transform our world and the world. We can allow that light to transform our vehicle. In Life and Teachings, Life and Teachings of the Far East, these are people that walked with some masters in India in the turn of the century, 1900, started in 1899, and their quest was to begin to understand God more and spirit and man's part in this whole process. And Book 5 is after their walk, and they'd walk with these masters, and they saw how man can transcend the limitations of our human condition, how we could live as the light in form of man. And so here's, this is chapter 6, and the title of this chapter is Know That You Know. And this is after he's back, and he's working with scientists and doctors, and he's going around the United States and the world giving talks to tell this experience. And he's working with this one doctor. I'm going to read this a little bit, but I won't get into it too much. And so he and his associates, doctors and scientists from around the world and the United States, he asked them to send him pictures and x-rays and information about their clients who were dying with disease or any disharmony, discomfort, whatever. So they sent him the pictures and everything, and because they couldn't be healed, these were cases that were at the end of the road. And so then they called the people. There was 98 of them. They called them to a hospital. And this doctor, this was, we're going to say, in 40s? You think this was 50s? 30s? Early 30s, 40s. So this is ways back. So we have a lot more advanced technology now. But then, this is what people connected or tuned in with spirit and higher consciousness and intelligence can do. So this man had a camera that he used to show where the diseased portions of the body are. So he could put this camera on someone, and it would reflect where the diseased portions in that body. Say somebody had cancer of the liver. Oh, there's a black spot here, whatever. You see? It would show the diseased portions, okay? And where life and health maintain. The film shows the body radiating light. So they'd show the body, here's darkness, black spot. The other part of the body that was healthy, and here would be light, radiating out 30 feet. So this is just being able to see the light, okay? So we had patients under the camera whose light went out from the body for 30 feet. Not one person in the 98 cases worked with ever remained before the camera 3 minutes before they were completely healed and walked away. All we did was say, here, you're paying all your attention to the dark spots, aren't you? Telling the clients, something's wrong with this, what do we do? Focus on it? You see? So this is what, back then, he says, what you guys are doing is you're paying attention to the dark spots, okay? You're not paying attention to the light and these light places where the light is coming from, okay? Now just let go of those dark spots completely. Put your whole thought and attention on the light, okay? Every one of the 98 cases, each of whom was brought in on a stretcher, walked away completely well. Who healed those patients? They did. They took their attention off the absence of light and focused on the presence of light. What we focus on expands. The light expanded and transmuted the darkness, the disease. the infirmary. We have instruments nowadays that kind of see that. They took a spiritual perspective and got the person involved in it. So nowadays, we have super duper CT scans and all this other stuff, that show us what's wrong with our body. Hey, this is wrong with your body. And what happens? We focus on it. You know what I'm saying? And this would be a good interjection here for maybe the professionals to say, okay, listen, what we have to do, we see this absence of light here. We see this slowed energy or no energy at all. So what you have to do is focus on the light, okay? And we're going to work with you. We're going to show you the progression as you worked with the light, how it changes. You see? Not everything is instant, or what is time anyways. So we have this now. So to just give people information that you can heal yourself. So you can heal yourself. This is powerful, and this is empowering. Hey, we see this dark spot, we'll schedule it for a month, you're going to get surgery, and we're going to take care of it for you. You don't have anything to say about it. Oh, wait a second, I want to try some alternative health. No, we don't do that. You're coming in for surgery, you see? Take your power away. And I'm not saying don't go to doctor and don't listen to doctors. I'm just saying to maybe go within a little bit more and listen to that inner guidance a little bit more and balance it out and give light a chance. See, darkness cannot stand before the light. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. You see? We give our power away. We give our light away to the darkness. In our physical body, in our emotions. Oh, I'm depressed. I feel bad. In our mind, entertaining all thoughts that are chaotic and disharmonious to our field. And in our spirit even, to give our attention to energies and entities that are outside of ourselves. When Jesus worked with people and there were entities on them, he'd recognize them. Hey, I see you. Or they'd see him. Well, hey, what are you doing here? I see you. I see who you are. You don't belong here. You don't belong in this body, this person's body. You already had yours. You go to where you belong now. You go to your proper time-space sequence. Okay? Boom. And that was the light speaking to the lesser light. And the darkness cannot stand before the light. See, it's law and frequency and energy and consciousness. Our body is light. It sounds like a real simple, trivial statement, but it's powerful if we can just give ourselves permission to go there. And what is essential for our light body? Love. Love is essential. See? Christ is love. Christ is love. Okay? So what we can do is we can begin to, what can we do to support our light body? Okay? The first thing we can do is maybe love our body. Love our body, and maybe love some of those dark spots or those extra pounds that we put on over our hiding from the world, you see? Love our body. Hey, I love you. Okay? So, and then recognize, hey, wait a second. I'm the light, you know? And we can release those energies that no longer serve us. You know what? A lot of times when people put on weight, it's to protect themselves, to give a little barrier to protect themselves. Hey, hasn't everybody been fear in the last year? So if anybody's put on weight, forgive yourself. I put on weight. Come on. We can take it off. We want to feel safe and comfortable. So we're not sitting. It's not bad. You see? Because this too shall change if we want to change. So what we could do to support our light body is recognize it. Every day in the morning, when we get up in the morning, recognize our body. Take a breath. Claim, I am the light. Here's a little song I'm not going to make you sing, and I'm not going to sing it, but the words go, I am the light of the world. Love is my only function. That is why I am here. How simple is that? I am the light of the world. Love is my only function. That's why I'm here. We can expand that. You're the light of the world. Love is your only function. That's why you're here. We are the love of the world. Love is our only function. That's why we are here. And I just celebrate Sunday mornings where we get a group of people that come together, where we see we're the light. We know that love is only our function. We come together, the synergy that's created is exponential. That's the power of light and love. So recognize it. Expression of our light. The biggest, most important thing we can do in expression of our light is to be in the moment. That's all we have. Past has had its day. The future might be coming. This is what we have. The moment is the eternal now. To begin to understand that I live in the eternal now. Art is eternal. We just connect in with that God energy. And what do I want to experience? What do I want to create? What do I want to express in the moment? We let go of the past voices and control and criticism, judgment, condemnation. It doesn't matter. That's what being born again is all about. To be born anew each day. You can give yourself that gift by claiming, I am the light. I am the light of the world. See, that's what's real. What feeds my body of light? What feeds my body? We know what feeds our physical body, don't we? And it's a cornucopia of treats and sustenance. But what feeds our light body, okay? Communion with Spirit. And in that recognition and merging, we can move into that oneness. And in the oneness, I am whole, I'm complete, I'm perfect. Communion. In the communion service, they have remembrance bread. Just to remember. Remember Jesus, you see? Remember, remember, remember. This is who you are. So we don't have to have a wafer and a cup of wine, do we, to remember? Everybody's shaking their head, no, I love that. Well, we can go to communion every day, can't we? Can't we go in with intention? With intention. To feel God's love, to know God's love, to be the expression of God's love through my individual beingness. And what strengthens our light body are the action steps we take. It's the homework. Like Cindy's works with people, counsels with people, I do too. And we talk and share and bring some light to some subject or issue. And then the homework would be an action step that they have to participate in to break free of the shackles of the past that are holding us into perpetual reincarnation. How's that? But you know what? If we meditate and be still, we'll get guidance on what we should maybe let go of, or maybe what we could walk towards, maybe what we could embrace. Do you see? That's the Father within. That's the Father within all of us. Holy company. Holy company is important. Like, y'all look around here, this is all holy company. Y'all in holy company today. And I would encourage y'all to talk to one of your holy companies that you might not have talked to yet. You see? But Holy company, people that come together in one accord. It's like we came together in one accord to love this day, opening to God's word and energy flowing through us that I am the light. That helps us as we see the light within Carlin getting brighter and brighter as he sits here. It's like I can hardly see you guys. It's so, thank you, Carlin. Just pay attention. Holy company inspires us, supports us. We feed each other. We can help each other. We can free each other. It's not anything we say. It's just allowing our unique essence to be. You see? We don't have to fight. Wake up. The light will just move in and wake us up. We've got one of those light alarm clocks in our bedroom. It starts coming on at 5 o'clock and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter to gently wake you up. Interesting concept, you say? Interesting concept. And then letting go. Give ourselves permission to let go. What is essential in my life? What is essential in my life? Is Aunt Mary's tablecloth as essential into my life as it was to Aunt Mary? Probably fit her table better than it fits our table. The Aunt Mary's tablecloth is not. The energy that Aunt Mary felt, the love, is ought. And so we can feel that love. We can feel the love of God, the eternity of God, without a tablecloth. We could all close our eyes and see anything in our past that we have a love charge with and tap into that moment. That's ought. That's the freedom of spirit. The freedom of flow. Here we go. Everybody listen to this one. As we dedicate our lives to the knowledge that we ourselves are the mystery of life. Now that's an interesting concept, isn't it? Everybody's looking for the mystery. We are the mystery of life. And I know everyone can say, I know that. We're trying to find out and know who we are, aren't we? We're our biggest mystery. Okay? So as we dedicate our lives to the knowledge that we ourselves are the mystery of life, so now we're looking at ourselves, we will begin and allow our mystery to unfold. Second step, allow our mystery to unfold. Follow our guidance. I know we've all done things that maybe our parents wouldn't have agreed with, or a friend or a spouse or whatever. To begin to follow our inner guidance, okay? Allow our inner guidance to unfold. Allow our own mystery to unfold. We'll begin to access the infinite potential that wants to express through us. We will begin to access the infinite potential that wants to express through us, i.e., your unique expression of God's love on planet Earth. And we all have our own note. We all have our own color. We all have our own frequency. And it's good. It's good. So to begin to honor the unique expression I am and allow that to flow. Allow it to flow. Let's go within. So let's get comfortable in our chair once again and close our eyes. And as we close our eyes, we're going to close our eyes to the worldly way. And as you breathe in, ask to feel God's love filling you now. Breathe in God's love and feel your heart beginning to grow and expand. Your unique light, the light I am, the love I am, So I want you to just breathe and just take your awareness to that light, that center of light, I am. That center of love, I am. And just breathe and feel the radiance and power of the light, that Christ light, I am. Breathe it and feel it and know it. And know that my body is light. And I want you to just, in your mind's eye, go through your body, and if there's any part of your body that might be dark, there might be the absence of light, there might be discomfort or pain, that's not the light. From your heart, your light within, direct that light, the Christ light, to your part of your body that might be experiencing discomfort or pain or disease. Send the light to that part of the body. And as you send that light, send love to that part of the body also. It's part of who you are, sending it love, and now send it light. And now call forth greater light. I call forth greater light to manifest through this part of my body that is less than. And just breathe and just see and feel that light from your heart going to that part of your body, and see that darkness transforming to light. My body is light. My body is light. And now take your awareness back to your heart. Breathing, allowing that heart center of love and light to expand, becoming radiant. And just be aware of waves of light emanating from your heart now. Waves of light sweeping through your whole body now, from head to toe to fingertips. My body is light. Health is the truth of my being. So just breathe and just feel your new vibration this day. Born anew this day. In the light and in the love I am. Breathe and feel and know I am light. Gently open your eyes. Breathe. As you go forth this week, remember to say to yourself, I am the mystery of life unfolding. I am the mystery of life unfolding. And be true to yourself. You're God.